Hello and good day to you all. It is me, Johnny, here with more Voiceplay reaction and analysis. Excuse me. We're chopping away at their 2022 covers that they've released so far because I'm pretty far behind. Today we're looking at their cover of Enemy by Imagine Dragons, and I'm super excited for this one. A lot of really cool stuff to unpack here. Be sure to go watch their original video. If you want a reaction that's going to be shorter with not a lot of pausing, that's not what I'm about. I like to go deep into the analysis of the arrangement and performance. So, yeah, we're not in it for a short video here. Sorry to say. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Wake up to the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that are told when my back is to the world that's smiling when I turn.
So kind of hear right off the bat how perfect Ellie's voice is for this song. I set up my keyboard a little bit differently for you guys. We're in a comfortable like mid tenor range here, not super high up to that D4. But the tone that he has with his voice here is really impressive. It's very subtle for the time being, which is good. We're just at the beginning of the piece. Some very not necessarily basic, but light vocal percussion from Lane. As you hear, it's a pretty busy beat that we have going on, but it's still pretty light, and not much happening with background vocals either. It's just the intro to the piece, just kind of getting a feel for where we're going with this and the tone we want to create. So very good stuff.
Trying to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that are told when my back is to the world that's smiling when I turn. To you, you're the greatest. But what?
So Lane loves that staccato pattern in the background. You're the greatest. I talk about it all the time. It's their way of kind of highlighting the text that's sung in the melody by singing it out of rhythm or echoing as they do here. It says R up to that B4 falsetto. Very pretty. I like how we're still pretty understated because it's just the beginning of the piece. We can't go too crazy yet. We still have a lot of way to go.
You're the greatest. But once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. I spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy.
So that's some of the most badass vocal percussion I've ever heard. I'm not the one to talk about that. I'm not very fluent in the language of beatboxing. We also have some. Sounds like it might be subbed down to G1, F1 there, F sharp 1 there from Jeff. Because that's a lot of oomph to put on those low hits. Also, we still don't have too much going on at the background vocals for this first chorus. There's a lot of good motion though to keep it flowing, keep it interesting though. So very good.
Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. I spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. My enemy.
Yeah, not too crazy here in the backgrounds by the standards of Voiceplay yet. And of course we get that. Excuse me. I can do that octave now on my keyboard. That F sharp 1 sub from Jeff there. A lot of grit on that, a lot of power. It sounds really awesome.
Words up on the wall as you're praying from a fall, and the laughter in the halls, and the names that I've been called.
Stacking in my mind, and I'm waiting for the time when I show you what it's like.
Your words spin in my mind.
Ultimate deviation from the melody to create their own flair with the second verse here. We don't get much deviation from Cesar. His tone of voice is really awesome though. It has a lot of punch, and Alexa here, our featured soloist, kind of goes off and does her own thing with the melodic movement. But it sounds really awesome, especially with the way these backgrounds are written. So let's go through here.
Your words up on the wall as you're praying from a fall, and the laughter in the halls, and the names that I've been called.
Second in my mind, and I'm waiting for the
So again, pretty simple during Cesar's part, at least by Voiceplay standards. But here we get some offbeat hits, a little bit more playing around with the text.
time. Wanna show you what it's like.
Your words spin in a mic.
Like that part, I can't tell quite well what they're saying there, but they take text from the song and sing it in their own interpretation of a melody, and I think it's really cool to come off of Alexa's part there into the pre-chorus.
Waiting for the time. Wanna show you what it's like.
Your words spin in a mic.
Tell you you're the great.
Excuse me. We're in a minor key. Let me remember that. So that kind of trill up there, it's not a trill. It's another deviation of the melody that we're used to, but it sounds really pretty when she goes up to that D. And that little riff that she has on. Greatest.
But once you turn, they hate us.
And we start to get some metal voice here from Ellie. Singing in the same octave as Alexa and a belted, like kind of like metal, not necessarily metal screaming yet, but in that full like metal head voice.
You turn, they hate us.
There's so much, it's so busy here.
But once you turn, they hate us.
So Cesar and Alexa layer that with hate us, and then Alexa goes all the way. That's that B5 up there. Meanwhile, Lane has that kind of like almost bass drop kind of feel going on with that going down, and I don't know who that is doing the. It sounds modulated, so I don't think it's just Jeff and pure and like a pure voice. Yeah, it sounds like somebody modulated an octave down or something, but I don't know. It's really cool. There's just so much cool arrangement stuff going on here. It's so busy. It takes a while to get through. We're only a minute in. So let's power forward.
But once you turn, they hate us. Everybody wants to be mine.
Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be.
The second chorus, they just go crazy. Let's see if we can talk a little bit about what they're doing in the arrangement that gives this so much drive and creativity. So right off the bat, the first thing I notice is Lane is really driving this vocal percussion here. A lot of like 16, 30-second like trilled stuff. So that kind of has a very yeah, that adds a lot to the drive just because of how I'm losing my words here. Like I said, I'm not the one to talk about beatboxing, but I know for sure that's part of why he wrote this part like that, because that fast-moving beat has a lot of drive to it. So let's talk about more of the vocals, because that's more of my field.
Everybody wants to be mine. Everybody wants to be mine.
So at this point, we're way off from the original melody that we know, just so they can improvise a little bit and show off their creative flair. We have Jeff going down to... wrong setting, excuse me. Those G1s and F sharp ones, they sound like chest voice. That's really impressive.
Everybody wants to be mine.
Spare the sympathy. Everybody
A little bit more metal from Ellie there. Another B4, really close to tenor high C there. Excuse me. Up to a D5 there from Alexa, maybe?
Sympathy. Everybody wants to be.
Yeah, it's D5 up there. I can only do that really low stuff and inhale like that. Sometimes subs on a good day or chest fry. I don't know. It's just a lot of like bass drop power there. That little clip of Lane coming in with each of those each of those snare hits, and right here that trading off of E, between Alexa's octave and the male octave with Cesar there. There's just, it's so busy. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to talk about everything here.
Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy.
It's low B there, down to an F sharp. There's my F sharp 1 chest fry for you. So of course we gotta give Jeff a low solo moment.
Wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be
My enemy. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be mine.
So then we have him going way up. Excuse me. Up to that B4 in falsetto, double tracked with the standard octave. And we have Ellie at the same time on that metal high B again, in full voice, and Cesar has his the misery line.
sympathy. Everybody wants to be
My enemy. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be mine.
Alexa up there in those whistle tones. I don't think there are whistles for her, it's just high falsetto. But there's so much layering here between everybody singing their different parts, and Lane kind of like laid back, but starting to build with the vocal percussion. So I think this is a really good way to build into this final chorus that we have going.
Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be mine.
My enemy.
Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be mine. Wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy.
Excuse me, I needed to have my moment there. This kind of bass drop that we get into this last chorus, did I miss it? Lane really leads that here. So we have kind of that kind of structure with the chords in the background. So he has like a G1 and throat bass, and then I don't know what he's doing to get that kind of thing. It's not inhale. Yeah, I don't know what that would be. I don't know what would have that kind of bass frequency like that you could do with your voice. But yes, as you can see, that is the part I like to play at full volume. We get at least like full metal bell kind of scream up to the D above tenor high C. That's a D5. That's freaking insane, man.
Everybody wants to be mine. Wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy.
And then even up to an F sharp 5. That's not full voice. It sounds more of a mix going into like the third passage maybe. But still, that's incredibly high for a male voice to go without falsetto.
Wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy.
And of course, during Ellie's part, we have Cesar and Alexa all in these high driving harmonies moving in the background, and this is where Lane goes all out with the vocal percussion. So much drive, so much intensity from Jeff's bass.
Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be mine. Wants to be my enemy.
like those shifting octaves on Jeff's bass. He goes like, let me find this here. So he has the G. The octaves keep shifting there. That's just a little cool vocal technique there. Not much to that arrangement wise. It just adds to the coolness of Jeff's bass line. And for this kind of bridge section that we have here, they just once again completely deviate and make it their own rhythmic patterns, their own melodic patterns, which I think they sell really well. I think this is such a cool way to do this kind of bridge section that we have here. High belt from Cesar up to that B flat, A sharp 4, yeah, almost that tenor high C. And then as we build that dominant chord, we get a C sharp in head voice from Ellie. Up to an F sharp 5 from Alexa. I think that's a growl from Jeff, a la Tommy P. Can't tell how low he goes there. It's lower than I can go. And I really like that. My enemy. Just lightly trailing off there. We have a little bit of harmonic movement going down there as they all resolve down to that. I don't think it's a shot. I think it's just that minor third interval there. That's a really nice, subtle way to end the piece. Yeah, we don't really want to go too soft with an ending just because we have so much momentum and such a moving, driving piece. So I think that's just a good, subtle way to end the piece. After we have everything exploding in our faces. Yeah. Dude, this one is so awesome. It's just, this is one of my favorite Voiceplay songs, and I love blasting this on the highway, especially at that epic bass drop part. I'm gonna play it just because I want to. I went too far. Here we go. Just an epic high tenor moment there. Go off, Ellie. Okay, well, that's all I'm going to give you guys for this video. It's good to have you here. Be sure to go like the Voiceplay video. Be sure to subscribe to Voiceplay. Be sure to like and subscribe here. Stick around for more Voiceplay content. I am going to start getting back into home free and octave and pentatonics once I finish these Voiceplay runs. But that's all. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you next time.